Fill ourselves with happiness. Otherwise we are just waiting for a Saturday to enjoy. We are waiting for a yearly vacation to enjoy. And thanks to telephone, make calls, my friend. Just call away. How are you here? Crack a joke rather than forwarding others' jokes. So as we create wow in our day-to-day, that is when we kind of recalibrate ourselves. You know what? Life is great.
Why nowadays a lot of youngsters ending up their life?
All this ending, what we say is ending, is just, you're just adding some more unhappiness to someone else in your life. On the other hand, if you can just get that what is looking like the end of the road is just looking like the end of the road. It isn't the end of the road. Because there are many others who seem to be walking.
Let's talk about your Gilli. Who can forget that, sir?
I had a wonderful experience working with Vijay. Such a quiet, I think we must have done 3 or 4 films together.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember we would have sat down and had a full conversation ever.
Really?
Yeah, means, like sitting down, but each day when we interact, the smile would be there and then we would do the scene. It's a magic which is happening. So as we start appreciating the fantastic around, you will find more of that. Because as you appreciate the horrible things, you will find more of that. So decide what you want to fill your life with. And trust me, you can try this out. And just make a list of
வணக்கம் IndiaGlitz நேயர்களே, இன்னைக்கு நம்ம ஆஷிஷ் சார் கூட இருக்கோம். ஸோ ஐ எம் லைக் லிட்டில் பிட் கொஞ்சம் நர்வஸாக இருக்குது. ஏன்னா ஸ்கூல் டேஸில் உங்களை பார்த்து நான் கொஞ்சம் பயந்துருக்கேன் சார். ஏன்னா அந்த தில் மூவியில் நான் இருக்கல சார்.
I'm actually slightly upset.
Upset.
Why you only slightly nervous?
Slightly.
Happy to be here with IndiaGlitz viewers.
So back then, like school days, when I get to watch that film, I'd be like, oh, what a terrific person, all these things, and especially that dialogue I still remember. I'd be like face mark, adellame pakkavan avarku sir edukku.
There are essentially some amazing things that happened together, and Dhill was that. Dhill came at a very interesting part in my life when I was wanting to do something interesting as an actor, and I got it in Tamil. Just the journey of that film was me getting to know another world which I was not aware of. I had done so many films down, in Hindi, but I had no clue about how films are made in other languages, in other cultures. So it was a huge part of my learning curve, and had the pleasure of meeting some extraordinary people.
I always want to ask you this question. What's your prep work goes in? Because from a theatre artist and here and there dubbing and now a motivational speaker, what is that insights of yours to become a motivational speaker right now?
So it started with me wanting to be happy.
To yourself?
Yes, me wanting to be happy. Because I was, working all over, earning money and getting known and everything. And I was very unhappy, angry and upset. More sad about things that hadn't happened than happier about things that have happened. So it was more like it was a life full of regret and anger. That's when my this quest started, that what is it that I'm missing out? And my life has been about quest. It has been about looking out for what else is there. And that point I did some amazing programs which allowed me to see something more out of life than I had seen before that. And when I changed the paradigm for me, something got altered for me. So the last 6 years, as I got chatting with some people and they said, hey, listen, why don't you come and speak to our organization about what you're doing? I said, sure. But I have no clue about it. So the other thing kicks in that, oh, listen, let me try something new. In fact, I love that line of Tata Steel which says that we also make steel. Tata Steel, and we say we also make steel.
Let's get into about now the current scenario which happened back in IITM here. Why nowadays a lot of youngsters ending up their life pretty easy on a suicidal note and all that? Why do you think it's happening so?
Life is what it looks like. You see edge of a cliff, it is edge of a cliff. You see a beautiful sunset, it is a beautiful sunset. Our mind is guiding us. Our mind completely guides us. Life is bad. Then you say, yeah, I agree. And then you will give reasons and I'll give reasons. This mind will go any which way. And typically around us, if you see more often than it's possible, we have conversation, it's not possible. Life is bad. Situation is horrible. World is going in a terrible direction. Everything is bad, 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 bad. And that's how people kind of love to sit and chat. How many people you sit and say, how are you? You're great, yeah. They'll say, going on, yeah. And then say, how about you? Going on. So we both have to add to our going on, so that we should not look happy. Suppose if someone says, how are you? And you say, phenomenal. Say, hey, what happened to you, man? Are you okay that you're phenomenal? See, communication is one way of you to reach out. Do horrible things happen to people? Yes. But those horrible things are to be held against the people who have done it, not against you. So the point of the matter is, if you feel like a victim in our life, in anything, I should have gotten more, then I'm a victim. Then I'll continuously feel I'm a victim. On the other hand, if I start looking at, you know what, life has given me some amazing things and I have chosen some amazing things out of it. So we have to start first by force looking at things which added value to you. Looking at things where you have added value to your life and to the value of the life of others. And trust me, you can try this out. And to just make a list of 10 things that you can be thankful about in your life, at your work, where you're staying. Initially, it will be very difficult. You'll say, what 10 things? I don't have 10 things. But spend half an hour. Think about 10 things that you can really say that, you know what, I'm glad that I had it. I'm glad that I have it. They may look small. And as you start making those lists, you will discover there is so much which you are not being grateful for. Now, when people go through those tough times, automatically all of us, any one of us, when we go through tough times, we will put walls around us.
Right.
So I'll share a conversation that I had with my wife. I'll tell her, Pilu, I'm feeling down and out. I don't want to meet anybody. Let's go and meet friends this evening. So you have to disrupt yourself. I'm feeling down and out. I'm feeling pathetic. I don't want to meet anyone. Let's go out and meet friends. So you have to disrupt yourself, because if I let myself get into my head, next morning is not going to look any better. So a key thing is communication. Whenever you're feeling down and out, reach out. Reach out to some people and admit, I'm feeling down and out. There's nothing wrong. There's no one of us who has never felt that I've never felt down. All of us. Yeah. And the point is that as you reach out to people who are going to pull you up.
As an actor, you have to be really cleanse yourself mentally every day, from the character to character differs, and your personal issues, financial issues, health issues. So how far our country has, in standards of the scale of our mental health, in your point of view?
I love to travel, and I go to all sorts of places in India and anywhere in the world. But I have to keep looking at what is it that I am doing just because somebody else has, and what is it that I'm doing just because I want to. And therefore, anything that you buy, any designer stuff that you buy, there's nothing wrong with it, except that when you get into that circuit, then you'll get caught up with, oh shucks, I don't have that, now that person has it. And that's when you start living a world which is dictated by those things rather than what you want to do. So it's common sense. For me, it's common sense that don't you want to live a world which you want to choose rather than suddenly letting somebody else become your driver. So you just have to keep asking, who do you want to drive your life? If it is you, then you create a separation and have the ability to say, yeah, sure, that's great, yeah, but not for me, not now. When I have the money, I will buy it. But till then, I will not make myself small. I will work on the other amazing things that I have. So that's something which really inspires me.
How far, as an Indian's mental health is there?
Communication is the key. If we can communicate more often, like we used to do in earlier times, people just sitting and chatting, calling each other up and saying, how are you? I do that. So with my friends, that's what I do. Do you have 5 minutes? Yes. How are you? Now, it's not for, yeah, tell me. I've not called for a tell me. Just called for, how are you? So, kahan hai tu? Where are you? Oh, you're there. Okay. You know what? I just saw this today. Can we have conversations like that? Something which I was wowed by, which I really thought was phenomenal. Because over a period of time, our mind needs to be told that you're doing some amazing things. I saw, this morning was so interesting, I walked in, I had this, each visit to Chennai begins with the coffee right outside. And today's coffee was amazing because it was today's coffee. Not, yeah, I regularly have that same coffee. No, the smile on that lady's face, and she called, her akka, and they had a conversation with me, and I had that coffee, and I asked for a larger tumbler, but she had just that coffee. It was so much fun. So as we create wow in our work, in our day-to-day, that is when we kind of recalibrate ourselves. You know what? Life is great. We must meet up with friends. We must find friends. So let's fill our day making friends at work, wherever we travel, and fill ourselves with happiness. Otherwise we are just waiting for a Saturday to enjoy. We are waiting for a yearly vacation to enjoy. So a day at work, and thanks to telephone, make calls, my friend. Just call away, kaisa hai? How are you? Yeah? Crack a joke rather than forwarding others' jokes. Do something interesting, but you have to invest in your own life.
And how do you handle your dark phase? Once I read about that, you ran away from Mumbai.
Sure.
Why you have done that, something like?
Sure, absolutely. So just to tell you that I'm no different. I feel completely, absolutely low. So many times I feel low. And we have to deal with it. See, ending your life and just putting an end to it is an option, yeah, sure. And ask yourself, do you really want to do that? Because the point of the matter is that all this ending, what we say is ending, is just, you're just adding some more unhappiness to someone else in your life. On the other hand, if you can just get that what is looking like the end of the road is just looking like the end of the road. It isn't the end of the road, because there are many others who seem to be walking. So that is the point. That is when you have relationships, and you just check with them, you know what, I'm really feeling it's the end of the road. Tell them. And then they will share some things, and then you find more things. But the intention should be yours. It's not that I take you somewhere. It is like, so when in great times, just say that, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to invest in amazing friendships. So that's what I do, my friends. I have invested and continue to invest in amazing friendships. So in life, don't try to get more out of, out of people. Just keep adding, and life is kind.
Life is kind. So someday it will be the same.
It's happening right now, my friend.
Yeah.
It's right now, if you can recognize it. See, magic. Do you believe in magic?
100%.
See, we are all waiting for magic, right? Can you understand that magic is happening? Magic happens if you can see it. Each morning, this morning also, even say before you met me also, just look at your day. How many things turned out and you were not expecting it? That is magic, my friend. Magic is if you see it. And when you see magic, you say, wow, rather than theek hai yaar. So you have to start saying wow to things. Wow, I'm lucky. So in fact, all my posts on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, I end with Al Shukran Zindagi, Al Shukran Bandhu, which means Al Shukran my friend, Al Shukran life.
Let's talk about your Gilli. Who can forget that, sir? Who can forget that? Still, seriously,
Again.
Oteri Nari,
Yes.
Kada Gopal, all these words.
So these all completely the creation of how Dharani saw it and how he cast me in that. Eternally grateful to him. Even till date, I do not find out if a film is going to work or not. I'd never come to know about it. And just the passion, his passion is the way he was writing it, the way his team of writers were working with it, and had a wonderful experience working with Vijay. Such a quiet, I don't even remember, I think we must have done 3 or 4 films together.
Yeah, Bhagavati and...
Yes, but I don't even remember we would have sat down and had a full conversation ever.
Really?
Yeah, means, like sitting down, but each day when we interact, the smile would be there, and then we would do the scene, and then, it was again huge interaction, when you're working with each other. There's a huge bit of, how should I say, it's give and take. At that point on the screen, when you're there, just 2 actors together, it's a magic which is happening.
And this is one actor here from South who's Mr. Ajit. Whomever he works with, he takes something from them. He's like such a robber.
An extraordinary human being.
Robber. And he's an extraordinary human being also. So what are the takebacks from you, sir?
I learnt a lot from him. I've worked once with him, but I've had an interaction with him years back. I was shooting a film with Tabu and she had introduced me to Ajit, and he was just coming up that point and he had visited our set. But what I had observed then, as I did now also when we later worked, was that he has got extreme distance from everything around him. You know, his fan following, his position, his everything. He's just a person who's making his way through the role, through the film, through whatever that. So I observed that, and I felt that's, and his passion, I remember, his biking. His face was lighting up when he was sharing that about, you know, his it was years back, and I think they had the mechanized things that used to fly somewhere.
Drones.
But before the drones came, this was years back, about at least 20 years back. That's what
I'm talking about. Then 20 years back, this one song.
There are these
aero
modeling. They used
gliders,
to do that. I remember that conversation, and I could see that there was so much of passion other than acting, which he was sourcing himself from. And if one thing that I took back from that meeting was that have something else to source yourself from. Don't just source yourself from your profession.
And when you decided in your life that you're going to make money as an actor,
I came into this profession to feed my family, you know, to take care of my parents, old parents, and I had to take care of them. This is the only profession I knew I could do anything about. So, so you approach it. You know, people may consider it art. People may consider it wow, but for us, each day is a day of bringing food onto the table for our family. You know, and that's how you begin. And if you're lucky, if you're blessed, then you'll probably relate to it each day that way. So for me, I take away that entire thing that, yeah, there's something very special that I'm doing. You know, I'm doing something, I'm trying to do something very well each time. But why? I'm doing it to take care of myself, take care of my family. That makes me be very good at it, because that work counts for me. So the actor, that mad part, that mad actor will push the envelope, will try and do dangerous things, will never done before. Can we try this? Can we try it this way? Can we do something which may look as very close to failure? Can we try that? So it's that pushing of the envelope on one end, which is done by the mad actor, and then the person who's responsible, because this is the profession, is going to take care of my family, this is going to take care of myself. That it's a mix of method and of madness.
all these years, there's something which I've done which I regret right now. Means if you can quickly look back and if you can share it with us, it will be really great. So.
I don't live in a world of regret. I really think that each thing that happens out of by chance. We say that we take credit out of it. So in my life too, there are so many roles and so many incidents. Many of them may not have been good, I've been very tired, I've been really upset. I was working on the day that my father moved on in life. And if I say that I just regret it, no, I don't. It was a very sad thing, and my father knew me, Ma knew me. Ma, in fact, my mother did the last rites for my father. And some of my very close friends still hold it against me, and I get them. It's not that, but those are choices that you make. I don't know whether I made the right choice or not, but at that point I knew that the particular producer that I was working with could not have taken, because we are very far from Bombay, my location. And it would have meant 3 days of off, but wouldn't have worked. And I just took that call. I asked my mother, and Ma said, I will take care of it. So it is that. So you also are supported by extraordinary people. So all that I'm saying is that regret and success, they are things what you feel at that point. On the other hand, if you can just look at it as another day, and did you do something amazing in that day? Give your best to that day. And that's that's the only thing that I get a sense of.
The one thing which I can figure out from the entire conversation, I can see you as a person who appreciate the smallest things in your life and you feel happy about it. Sure. So I don't think that most of us are doing it, like including me, you know. It's like some once in a blue moon, okay, I do appreciate the good tea what my mom has made. So what are the things has to be changed in as a person?
It just is that this moment, my friend, I'm just telling you, how many interviews have you done in your life?
Maybe 300 plus.
300 plus. I may have also done a few interviews in my life. If there's going to be another interview, well done. Yeah, what's the next question? And people ask, how was it? Yeah, I just did it. On the other hand, this is a moment in my life. I'm spending 35 minutes of my life with you. Okay, I'm spending 35 minutes of my life with 35 minutes of your life. We'll make it count. We will respect those 35 minutes, make it amazing. And trust me, as you start appreciating the smallest things that are happening to you, you say, my God, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. See, as you said, the coffee that your mother made for you, or the hug that you can go and give her, or that extra time that you can just go and just spend with your loved ones, or that people in your office that you walk up to and say, hey, how are you here? How are you? And that's an amazing thing. It doesn't cost money. And please understand, this is not strategy. It is not strategy. It is just nurturing each other. It doesn't need medicine. It doesn't need you to sit at a bar. It can just happen on a daily basis. And you may sit wherever you want. But it is not that I'm here just to vent my upsets. I'm also here to share, something amazing happened. So I love to do it with people. I share with people. I want to share something amazing. And then I want you to tell me something amazing. Not share an upset here. I want to share upsets. Let's meet here. I saw something amazing. Let's be amazed by a good film. Let's be amazed by a good thing that happened en route to my work, where we work each day. But something that we notice. So as we start appreciating the fantastic around, you will find more of that. Because as you appreciate the horrible things, you'll find more of that. So decide what you want to fill your life with.
100%, sir. I get that now.
Simple.
Simple. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
And I must also thank you. You've asked me some very interesting questions. And therefore, hopefully it was an interesting conversation.
And I should definitely mention this. Yesterday was my birthday, and today you are the first interview.
Wow.
Like I'm having.
And how old are you, my friend?
I am 31 right now.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Wish you a very happy birthday, a phenomenal year ahead, and keep creating some amazing things, okay?
Definitely.
Make this an amazing year.
2020, like just getting into
Appreciate
it.
it. Thanks so much.
And with this camera rolling, I'm going to ask you one more favor. I need your time, maybe not today, some other day, by next year also I'm perfectly fine. I just need 40 minutes because I want to start something new with my channel, but I want to start it with you with that, sir.
Done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
and
you
I
so
need your blessings too.
My friend, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Lots of love and best wishes.
Thank you, sir.
Best wishes. Take care.
Thank you.
Keep the passion.
Sure, sir.
Cheers.